Okay, we'll just give everyone a few minutes to get into the webinar and then we'll get started. Okay, so welcome to tonight's webinar. It's all about undergraduate certificates available at the University of Tasmania. And before we start, I would just like to acknowledge the Palawa Pakana of Lutruwita, the traditional owners of the land upon which we live and work. We pay our respects to elders past and present as the knowledge holders and sharers within the community. We honour their strong culture and knowledges as vital to the self-determination and well-being and resilience of their communities. We stand for a future that profoundly respects and acknowledges Aboriginal perspectives, culture, language, and history. Today in the webinar, we are going to cover the following things that you'll see on screen. So why would you want to study at the University of Tasmania? Why wouldn't you? What are the undergraduate certificates? What study will look like? What the costs are, which are maybe or may not be associated with your study? Any type of scholarships and financial supports available, the type of student support available at the university, how you go about applying, and we'll also have a question and answer section throughout the webinar. So please ask your questions as they come to you throughout the presentation so that we have time to answer them as we go. We have the lovely Lara here today to support us. She will be monitoring the Q&A and we don't want to run out of time at the end. So you'll find at the bottom of your screen the Q&A button. And if you can use that, I'd really appreciate it. And we'll get to your answers as quickly as we can. Why would you want to study at the University of Tasmania? We have very happy students. Our student satisfaction, oh, that was a difficult word to say tonight, is at 82%, which compared with other universities is quite high. And our teaching quality and engagement is quite high as well nationally. So we have strong graduate outcomes. 82% of our students go on to full-time employment for once they've completed an undergraduate program and 96% for postgrad. So some of those undergrad students won't be looking for part-time for work. They might go on to do further studies. That's why the undergraduate one is often lower than the postgraduate data. We have a range of student support. So the student satisfaction and student support provided throughout your studies with the university is really important to us. We want students to have a good experience. We want them to be successful. And there are a number of resources and people you can access that will support you through that journey. We are also very proud of the fact that we are #1 in the world for climate action. And you are able to become part of that as soon as you're a student. So we are part of the world's leading university on climate action. And as I said, it is something that we incorporate into our daily processes, and you are more than welcome to join in once you are a student. So what is an undergraduate certificate? They are a great way to grow your career, upskill, and even have a taste of what university is like without having to bite off a whole degree, like take on a 3-year program. So we have 13 undergraduate certificates available across a variety of areas that will suit your needs. Undergraduate certificates can be completed full-time or part-time. So you can take up to a year. If you need longer, you can request that. And many of our undergraduate certificates have 100% fee scholarship, which is available. And we'll talk about that a bit later. So the first one off the cab is the business undergraduate certificate. And you'll see that there is a focus in climate accounting, and it can be studied on campus or online. So new standards require Australian companies to disclose climate-related information, and this course gives you the skills to rapidly enter that field. So it is a rapidly evolving field, and as you can see there, the units are really relevant to what companies are looking for. So you could take on this particular certificate and boost your resources and your tools within that area to take back to your company or even to show future employers. We also have agribusiness, which starts in semester 2 each year, and that explores the agriculture industry and takes steps towards running a successful agricultural-based business. So if you're already working in an agricultural-based business, or if that's somewhere that you see yourself progressing, that certificate would help you achieve that goal. So it includes things there around management of an agribusiness, principles of weed, pest and disease management, which we all know is very topical in that area. And then you also have some other choice there as well as the other core unit. We have the Creative Arts and Design undergraduate certificate. So that is available in either semester 1 or semester 2 online. And it's all around engaging with the arts and how they can have a positive effect on our bodies and well-being. So it also allows you to hone some handy skills for a range of community and healthcare settings. So the units that you'll see there are very relevant to that particular field. So you'll see some psychology in there. You'll also have your arts and dementia, living and working with cultural diversity, which is a collaborative unit across a couple of different areas. Lots of variety, and as well as an arts in the community unit. So you have a core unit for that particular degree certificate where you can choose either the arts and dementia care or creativity for life. And then you choose a further 3 units. You can also scaffold these undergraduate certificates. So once you complete them, you can move into a diploma or even a bachelor degree if that's what you desire. But they are a standalone qualification. And this one in particular is very popular within the community and healthcare settings. We have our Earth, Sea and Antarctic undergraduate certificates. So particularly our Antarctic and Climate Science certificate, which has a semester 1 and a semester 2 commencement, and is available through the fee scholarship. So that is one that is covered by 100% scholarship. So you get introduced to the study of global climate change, learning about the changes that are facing society from the human impact on our marine and Antarctic environments, and the units that you'll study are listed there. So that particular certificate is all core, so you would be required to complete those 4 units. Data and environmental management is available semester 1 and semester 2 on campus and online. So that particular undergraduate certificate also has a scholarship attached, and it allows you to gain an understanding of data science. So we all know how popular data is at the moment. I think in all our roles, we're always talking about data and how data can be used to inform decisions when managing the environmental factors and issues that we're facing. So you'll have some choice within that undergraduate certificate. You have your core unit, data handling and statistics, and then you'll choose from a geospatial unit, a geography unit, and an ICT unit. And those units are listed in our course and unit handbook. So if anyone is wanting a direct link to that, let us know. Under the Earth, Sea, Antarctic and Climate, we also have sustainable living, which is also attracts a 100% fee scholarship. And this particular program allows you to learn about sustainability on a local, national and international level. So we have students from all around the world enrolled in our undergraduate certificates, and this one in particular is very popular. You can find out what sustainable living means for you and how it can improve your health. So you study one core unit, which is communicating sustainably or responding to climate change. And then you can choose 3 units, and the units that are available are also listed on our course and unit handbook. So you do have quite a bit of choice there. Everything from housing through to fishing, there's quite a range of units that are available. We also have our climate change awareness and action certificate. So that starts in semester 2. It is available online and also includes a fee scholarship. So this particular undergraduate certificate allows you to gain the foundation knowledge and skills to participate in efforts to mitigate and adapt to climate change, both locally and globally. That was a bit of a mouthful. So the units that you'll study Introduction to Science of Climate Change, Responding to Climate Change. So it's very much around the changes that are happening with the climate and what that means. So you'll also get to choose a couple of units. So you'll choose a unit from resilience thinking and also understanding environmental response to climate change. So that unit, that certificate, as I say, is available in semester 2. Sounds quite interesting. We also have an agriculture undergraduate certificate. So that's available in either semester 1 or semester 2, online or on campus. So semester 1 starts in February, normally the last Monday in February, and semester 2 normally starts in July. I probably should have told you that, so you have an idea about when you'd be looking at commencing these programs. If you're studying on campus, the course and unit handbook will tell you which campuses the undergraduate certificates are available at or on. And if you're studying online, you can basically study from anywhere. So the units that you study under the agricultural certificate, there are 2 principles of weed, pest, disease and disease management, and then a sustainability unit. And then you have 2 elective units that you can choose to tailor the certificate more to what you're looking for in a qualification. So it might be that you're interested more in food and fibre production, or it could be that you're looking at animal production. So you can really make that certificate what works best for you. We have under the Education, Humanities and Social Sciences undergraduate certificates, the community support. And I believe that that one may also have a scholarship attached to it. It allows you to expand your awareness of self and others and develop the understanding, skills and relationships required to provide quality person-centered support. So for this particular role, it's often for people working in diverse groups. So looking at equity and diversity, supporting people through that. It could also be looking at people working in the aged care or community services areas. You start with a core unit supporting people and diversity, and then you have a choice of other units. So you choose 3 other units. And again, this gives you a chance to tailor your certificate to what you want to show either your current employer or your future employer, or it might even be that you're looking at taking on the whole diploma in community support and then maybe even going on to a Bachelor of Social Work or a program in that sort of area. So there, or even education or nursing. So quite a bit of depth and breadth in there as far as choice goes, whether you're a person that's more into the systems and practice in health, or whether you're more into that contemporary support around health and community services or health and wellbeing. So there is a bit of variety in there as well. We also have the Education Support Undergraduate Certificate, and these units are taken basically out of our Bachelor of Education. So they really do give you a really good taste of what it would be like to take on a teaching qualification. So people who might start with this program are often people who want to be teacher aides or are already working in schools or are homeschooling their children, and they might be wanting to take this on for professional development for their current role, or they're looking at expanding into those particular areas. So this certificate, whilst it is education focused, can also help you develop your problem solving, critical thinking skills, your communication skills, as well as provide you with the qualification itself. So you choose from 4 of the units that are listed there. And as I said, they are part of our suite of Bachelor of Education programs, and they can then be credited across to the Bachelor of Education or the Bachelor of Education in Health and Physical Education as well. Or you might decide to go on and do the diploma after you've done the undergraduate certificate. We also have family history, which is very popular. A lot of people are really interested in researching their family history and getting to know where they've come from. And the undergraduate certificate in family history allows you to gain the knowledge and tools that are essential to bring the past to life through tracing your family history, the experiences and understanding historical forces that shape them. You get to choose 4 units. There are 4 that we call foundation level units. So these are often the 4 that people would start when they go into the diploma, but you can choose to undertake introductory level units as well. The Introduction to Family History, the HAA003, that's one that's recommended as the first unit you take, or it should definitely be included in your undergraduate certificate. It really gives you the foundation and the research skills that you need to go on and do the certificate and complete it successfully. Moving to science, technology, and engineering. So we have our ICT professional practice, which is available in semester 1 and semester 2, online or on campus. It allows you to gain relevant, up-to-date ICT skills and globally recognised certificates that differentiate you and increase your employability. So you choose from 4 of the units that are there, and that one I think is quite straightforward around what you're interested in as well. So if you're someone that's very much interested into cybersecurity, then you might choose that. If you're more into game design and production or virtual reality and mixed reality technology, then you might go in that direction. You might decide that you want to mix it up a bit. So again, that will allow you to go on and do the bachelor degree, and you'll receive full credit for those units, which means you don't have to repeat them under the other qualification. We have the Applied Technologies undergraduate certificate. This one is available in semester 2 online, and it gives you real world hands-on experience with real world issues that we're facing in industry every day. So including information around security, data analytics for cybersecurity, digital design. So this one will have a couple of core options. So you will take your computer networks, your programming principles, then you'll choose whether you go down the design thinking, which is a very broad design thinking unit, or design thinking for technology and innovation. So you can look these 2 units up online on our course and unit web handbook and see what the difference is between the 2 units. And then you get to choose an extra elective. And that can come from quite a broad range of areas. So it might be that you want to incorporate some sustainability, or you're looking at more professional skills in practice, or you could have an interest in CAD. So even though there's 4 units in an undergraduate certificate, they do give you quite a lot of variety within that certificate and quite a lot of exposure to different areas. So a real taste of what taking on a larger qualification would look like, but also giving you that standalone qualification to put out there to future employers or to bring back to your current employer. So what can you expect when you come to university, and what does it look like? So as I mentioned, each undergraduate certificate is made up of 4 units or subjects. So we tend to say units, but sometimes people say subjects. A full-time load is 4 units at once. So that is quite a heavy load if you're working or if you have a family. We recommend you allow about 10 hours a week for every unit you undertake. So if you're doing 4 units, it's the equivalent of a full-time job. So that's something that you need to think about if you're working or if you're managing family, or you might have a lot of sporting commitments, things like that. Some classes are conducted in person, others will be online. Where there's generally discussions and activities related to the week's topic. Frequency varies, but it's often 1 per week per unit. So often lectures will be online, but you'll have classes that you can access either in person or online that you're expected to participate in. There's a lot of flexible learning with the certificates. So you'll have readings, you'll have interactive discussions and other learning activities to complete via the online platform. So our online platform is called Milo. It stands for My Learning Online. We would often advise you to be prepared before class. So do your readings, watch the interactive discussions, participate before you come along to class. So the idea is that you have done the unit work for that week before you actually start talking about it. Assessment. Every unit is assessed, but each will vary slightly on how it's assessed. So some will be assignment based that might take the forms of reports or essays or quizzes or presentations. Some units will have exams, some units will not. Once you are enrolled in a unit, you can access a unit outline at the start of semester, and that will tell you exactly what you're in for, what your assessments are, when they're due, what that looks like. It's almost like a step-by-step through each unit. If you pass all 4 units, you'll be awarded an undergraduate certificate in the area that you studied. So if it was community support, you'd be awarded an undergraduate certificate in community support. You can also use these units as a pathway into a diploma, an associate degree, or a bachelor course in the related field. So I did mention that as we've gone through the webinar, that these units can take you further. So if you decide that an undergraduate certificate has been really exciting for you and you've decided that you want to keep going, you can go on to a further qualification and receive credit for the studies that you completed in the undergraduate certificate. You can explore individual course pages under articulation, which is on the website where the certificates are, to see the pathway options that might be available to you. It's also worth noting that if you do an undergraduate certificate, but you decide you want to do a bachelor degree in a non-related field, you may also still receive credit for the certificate, depending on the degree you're going to. So one of the questions we get asked a lot is, how do I pay for university? Is it expensive? What does it cost? So you don't pay for your degree up front. We don't say, okay, you're in your program, so you have to pay for it all up front. You pay by unit. So if you enroll in one unit or one subject, that is what your payment will be for at that given time. So the cost can vary based on the unit. The cost for each unit is listed online in the course unit handbook. You will also be required to pay a student services and amenities fee for each study period. So once you enroll, you can generate a tax invoice that will tell you exactly what your fees are. If you are applying for a scholarship, then that amount will be covered by the scholarship. And alternatively, if your course is not covered by a scholarship, all our degrees have a Commonwealth supported place for domestic students. You can get a HEX help loan. I still say HEX help loan, but it's now just called a help loan, to cover your fees, which you pay back once you're earning over $54,000 a year. If you're already earning over that, you just need to update your let HR know where you're working that you'll be incurring a HEX debt, and then they can deduct the HEX amount based on your salary. So you don't even have to worry about organising that for yourself. It all happens automatically once you've let your employer know. Okay, so I think I've covered the 100% free scholarships. They're available to a number of our undergraduate certificates, but not all. So that if you are awarded a scholarship or you're enrolled in one of those particular certificates, it means that you won't have to pay any course fees. How do you apply? It's really easy. You can apply online through our online application portal. We've also got the address there up on the screen, so utas.edu.au/apply. You'll need to provide information about your previous work or study experience. Once your application has been assessed by our admissions team, you will receive an offer, which is super exciting. And once you've received your offer, you can accept this offer. So you will have to log back into the application portal. So it's really important you remember your password when you start your application, because you will need it to log back in to accept. Once you've accepted your offer, you'll have access to our systems and you'll be able to enrol in your units. You'll also receive your UTAS credentials, so your UTAS email address and password. There are enrolment sessions that you can attend, and there's also help online as well. There's lots of videos that will step you through it, and there's also people you can talk to for guidance. So we understand that study can sometimes be stressful, particularly if you've had a big gap in study. There are a range of supports available to you as a student at the University of Tasmania. Student and academic study support. So student advisors are there to help you understand the rules of the degree that you're doing or the certificate that you're doing, how it works, how many units might work with your lifestyle. They can also suggest time management. They can help you with study resources. There are learning advisors and academic coaches available to you. We have peer sessions that run for some of our units, not all, and these are called PASS. So you might see them either online or in your timetable if you're studying on campus. And they are peers who have already completed the unit that you're doing, and they've been identified as doing really well in that area. So they run sessions to help students through the units that they're studying. We also have 24/7 study help through Milo using Studiosity. There is a range of career support available to you as well. So you can connect through the Career Connect service, you can apply for student jobs, you can connect with mentors and professional associations, register for volunteering opportunities. Once you complete your undergraduate certificate or once you're getting towards the end of your undergraduate certificate, there's help to assist you in how you use that certificate to apply for roles or for jobs. Student advisors can help you with what the next step is. Would that be a diploma, or are you ready for a bachelor degree? There's counselling and wellbeing support available to you. It's confidential, it's professional counselling, so it's available either face-to-face or in person. There's help with academic, mental health and personal concerns, and also accessibility support. So if you're someone that may need a learning access plan because you have a physical disability or something that you feel requires, may require intervention. It could be that you're someone that's super anxious and you find that exams will trigger that. You can put in place a learning access plan where the university will support you through your journey with us. Okay, so it's over to questions. Does anyone have any questions that haven't been answered, Lara?
We don't, because I've been furiously typing away in the background. So thank you
well done.
to Samantha, who has asked a couple of questions on this webinar. But and also congratulations on your on your Set 3. I just wanted to confirm, so I have the website in front of me and I can confirm which undergrad certificates do have fee scholarships available for them.
Fantastic.
So agribusiness does. So does Antarctic and climate science, as well as sustainable living and climate change awareness and action. Community support has them available, as well as data and environmental management, ICT professional practice, and applied tech. So anything in that ICT, science, earth, sea, Antarctic and environment space, they all attract a fee scholarship. There's just a couple there. So education support and family history don't have the fee scholarship available, and creative arts and health as well. But it's on the website, and I have been furiously uploading links, so I do apologise to everyone on the webinar this afternoon, but it just gives a little bit more information. But the main thing here is, if you do, and I did put this website at the very top, but I will put it in again, so you don't have to scroll all the way through, but following that link, if you scroll down and click on each area under Browse Our Certificate Courses, it does actually say in writing underneath fee scholarship available. So there is, it clearly states which one has the fee attached, the fee scholarship attached, and which one doesn't. So yeah,
That's fantastic. There's quite a few of them that have scholarships attached, which is great.
absolutely, especially in that, science, ICT, environment space as well.
Community support as well, which is great.
Yes, absolutely. The community support one is probably one of our more popular undergraduate certificates that we have. And as you mentioned as well, Justine, they do scaffold really nicely into like a diploma if you want to take more on. And then, of course, even into a bachelor and even further study if you wanted to,
Yes.
if you love it so much. Yeah.
It's a bit addictive, isn't it, study?
But apart from that, all questions that were in the chat have been answered. And yeah, like I said, there has been some links posted, lots of links posted. And for anyone watching the recording, they can also reach out at any point as well and make a booking with our team. So I did pop the booking link in the chat to Samantha, but I will also grab it and pop it in to the main chat rather than the Q&A. And feel free, anyone, if you do want to book an appointment with our Future Students team, you're absolutely more than welcome to, and we can walk through like the application process, answer those questions around what it looks like in terms of study and delivery, and also what the next steps are post receiving, hopefully, the offer to your preferred course, and what it looks like in terms of enrolment, fee structure, if there are fees attached to the courses that you're looking at doing, the units within the course that you're looking at doing. And yeah, we are located on all 3 campuses in Tasmania. So some people listening to this and on the webinar this afternoon might be in a different location. So we do offer phone appointments as well. So feel free to book one of those.
Definitely. Thanks, Lara. And I will also mention that everyone who's registered to attend the webinar today will receive a link to the recording. So if there is something that you think, oh, what did she say? You can go back and watch it. But as Lara said, please feel free to reach out to our team. You can make an appointment for follow-up if you need assistance. We are here to help. So if there are no further questions, we might wrap up, and hopefully we will see you on a campus or online at the University of Tasmania in 2026. Thank you.
Thanks, Justine. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.